Fucking hell. That soon went in. Didn't realise how fat my fucking face was. Don't know even know. One second. The kids have left the telly on fucking iCarly. I can't stand iCarly. Ugh. Right, let me turn it down. It's always loud. I don't know where to start. Obviously, it's been one of those, I say weeks, but it's been going on for a few weeks. So I'm just dipping and dipping and dipping. And then obviously I've got a freaking bad chest. So that means I haven't done none of me fucking running, none of me swimming. And I'm smoking in the house again, and that's when I know I'm gone down, because obviously I just think I'll sit here and smoke. I'm not going on the doorstep. I'm staying put, and I'm trying to find positive again. And I've just went from, and who's that? Sounds like Cody. Yeah, it's Cody. I don't know, I'm just so, like, I don't even know what, like, I wanted to do this video, and I was like, whoa, and anyway, I've signed up for my first official 10k in February, and I've signed up to do the Red January again. And at this minute, I'm just like, am I going to be able to do it? No. Like, I was doing a emotional regulation session, and obviously we were talking and we were discussing things, and he said, I need to, he said, when you do the things, when you do them, you feel good about it, don't you? I said, yeah. He said, you need to get into a habit of doing it. He said, because it's not a habit with you, because it's like stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. Obviously you get the voices, and they tell you, don't, and he said, and if you have like a crap day, he said, like, yeah. And he's told me to try the Magic 5. Magic 5. Like, I'm calling it the Magic 5. As soon as I get the doubt or thing in my head, go, no, I'm gonna get up and do it, and count to 5. And then once I get to 5, get up. And so far, I'm only getting to 2, sometimes 3, and no, I don't get up. I think I'm so scared to get back out and do it again, because that one photo has scarred me. And obviously, to deal with it, you have to get up and do it. But that photo, I look fucking huge. Huge. And I mean, huge. And I'm just like, I want to do it. But then it's like, loads of things just stop me, and I'm like, I feel like I'm letting myself down and everything again, and it's just like, I don't want to go back over, and then the parent came in from school, my eldest. He'd be 12 in January. And he took me back, like, you know, for what we were talking about. We were talking about, like, mental health and obviously my time at the hospital, and we discussed about me crashing my car. And he was like, so, did you do it on purpose, Mum? In a sense, yeah, but in a sense, no, son, because it was the voices. And obviously I was hallucinating, it was the voices. Obviously they were making me do things. They were telling me that I had to go faster, I had to do this. I said, and he looked and he said, well, why? And I looked at him and I thought, I can't lie to him. I went, God, I said, I didn't say it at first. I didn't say, oh, well, I tried to kill myself, son. I said, it was I said, in my head, I said, I was playing this game. I said, I was chasing the dream. And he looked and I was like, there's all these different voices. I said, and obviously there was the guy in the red jacket. I said, telling me to chase the dream. Chase the dream for 3 minutes in heaven. And he just looked and and I think he realised what I was going on about. And he said, I know, Mum. He said, can you remember? And I went, right, Cody. I said, I knew something was wrong. I said, I knew something was wrong. I said, and obviously, at first, I didn't notice any of the signs. Didn't notice any of it. Because it was a build-up over progress. Like, you know, it was going on for a few weeks, you know, and like my behaviour and stuff. I didn't notice it, and then obviously when I snapped, I was like, poof. I said, and obviously I knew. I said, but before I snapped, I went to the doctors, and I said, look, I said, please, I said, there's something not right with me. I said, I'm unpredictable. I said, I'm up all night. I said, and I said, if I have an hour's sleep, if that, an hour. I said, but then again, I wasn't even asleep. I was basically just lying there with my eyes shut, and then I'd be like, right, let's go. I said, I was so out of character. I was more of like, more extravagant, and I was just like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, doctor, I said, there's something. I said, I'm unpredictable. I said, I just can't control. I said, and I said, that's when my GP let me down that day. When I went there. They said, oh, it's your hormones. Obviously, you've kicked your husband out. And obviously, we've just got your depression and anxiety under control. So, you'll be fine. It's just taking time to settle all down. Right, okay, doctor. 2 weeks later, I crashed my car. And we were talking, me and the parent, and he was asking us, like, I said, right, I can remember, obviously, doing all these things. I said, and I remember going to the cafe. I said, because I knew I had to go to that cafe to see you. I said, because I knew there was something not. I said, I knew I needed to go to hospital. I said, because of it. I said, everyone was watching me. I felt like I was in Big Brother. Everyone was watching me. And everywhere I went, there was someone on the phone, phoning someone else. She's on her way down the hallway. Look, keep an eye on her. She's on her way. You know, and I felt like, and I was like, look, I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. And it was like, oh, no, you don't. You'll be fine. I was like, no, I need to go to the hospital. Just let me go to the hospital, and if they say, right, no, you're fine. I said, but it's on record that I've been. I said, there was something. I said, I knew there was something, you know. I said, and I was just like, just getting higher and higher and higher. You know, nothing was like phasing me. I was just going up and up and up. And then I drove round for a bit. I went home, and when I went in the house, I was searching for all my documents. I remember that I was searching for my documents. I got my car insurance, I got my driving licence, I got my passport, I got my car, like my details, like my logbook for my car. And I remember the ex phoning me, what the fuck you playing at? What's going on? I was like, I don't know. I said, I said, I'm getting all my information. I said, I'm getting all, I remember I remember telling my ex on the phone, I'm just at home, I'll be fine. I'm getting all my details. So I'm getting all my all my ID and that. So when they find me, they know who I am. And even then, like, obviously I didn't realise what I was saying. And obviously, because of obviously the rocky, like, of how mine and his relationship was, you know, he thought I was just playing a game to get his attention. And I was like, look, I did, you know, and he was like, oh, whatever, just be home when, like, you know, be back home when, like, you know, I drop the kids back off. And I was just so out of it, and I put the phone down. I was like, right, I've got all my details there, I've got all my documents, so whoever finds me is gonna know who I am. And I didn't realise what I was doing. And I got back in the car with all my documents, and I drove around for a bit, and I go down Durham Road, and I remember it. So I blame the roadworks, but in some sense I'm thankful for the roadworks at that time as well, because it could have been more fatal. Because of where the roadworks were, no one could go past or up this, like, at this certain part on Durham Road. So I thought, right, fuck you, I'm going down this road and I'll come round. And as I come down past the Browns Bridge, I come onto Bishopton Road, and I stopped as if I was going to turn into Rensfield, because I thought, I'll go and see my friend. And I was like, someone told me, no, just keep going. So I come up the bank, and then obviously that's when, obviously I got to the junction on the bend, and that's when it happened. Like, like, Blue, you can do it, you do it. No, don't go yet, Blue. Don't go. No, you can't go yet. There's no one there, so you can't go. There's no one. And then I was like, no, and I'm sat in the car and I'm looking back, and obviously the guy with the red jacket was sat there on my shoulder. They're like, you can't go yet. You're almost there, but you can't go yet. You're gonna get your 3 minutes in heaven. You're gonna get your 3 minutes, and that's all they kept shouting at me. You're gonna get your 3 minutes in heaven because you were super fucking awesome. Oh. And then for somewhere, I don't know where it came from, I seen and the voice kept saying, you can't go, because there's no one there. And I thought, John, I was just trying. And from somewhere, my guardian angels and came from, you know, and they came to me and they were screaming at me, Blue, go now while you've got the chance. And I was like, right. And I went, fuck you, I'm going now. And I just shot my foot on the accelerator and went into the barriers. And it was boom, 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 boom. Like, and I just, and at first I was sat there, like, obviously saying lied, sat like in the car, and I just started feeling the drift, and I could feel myself like floating. And then the next thing, I'm stood outside my car looking in at myself. And then the funeral that I was at the day before was actually my funeral. That's what I was saying. And then next thing, and I was looking at myself in the car. And then the next thing, I opened my eye and I'm trying to, like, get the car going, like, I'm trying to shut it in gear, and I was like, I need to get out, I need to get going, and, you know, because the voice was like, oh, yeah, you haven't, we'll get you, you need to fucking do it, like, they were proper shouting and screaming, all sorts at me, and I was just like, what the fuck am I going to do, because it was just too, and there was and then there was someone opening my car door, and I was like, get Joe, and I thought, fucking hell, the bastards are here to get me, and I was like, oh my. And so I undone my belt and I got out my car, but because there was I couldn't say how many people there, but it felt like there was thousands of people around me. And they were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I turned. Like, obviously, I pushed my way through and I turned. And I seen myself stood there. Long dark hair. And I remember saying to this image of me, you are worth it. Don't ever let anyone tell you different and fight. And I just looked at that and then I just, obviously, pushed my way through. And I just ran. And then I was screaming. I'm shouting out names, like, and you know, and then I was just like, I need to get going, I need to get going. And the voice was like, well, we're going to get you. We're going to get you, Blue. We're going to get you. You're not getting away from us. We will catch you. And I was like, fuck off, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me. And I'm running. I thought, right, I'll go up with my friends. I'll be safe at my friends. And as I'm going round the bed, like round the corner, and I'm going up, I seen two people, and I was like, obviously they knew me, but they were just like, oh, what's the matter? You know, and now I'm just like, la da 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 da. Because then I was like in a moment of like, just being, woo woo woo. And I go down the court, and my friend and her husband were on the front. And they were like, all right. And I was like, all right. And I just thought, I can't say, because the voices were there. We're going to get you, we're going to get you. And where's your car, Blue? And I just went. And then I started skipping. And then obviously go around the corner and then boom. Undercover cop car. I knew it was the undercover cop car. I wasn't daft. So obviously that's when that all started. But like, you know, I'm bringing, like, obviously I'm talking about little bits because obviously it's brought back, so obviously me talking to the band tonight, and it's like, and obviously me and the eldest were sat and we were talking about it. And it was like, so he said, do you have to take your medication all the time? Yes, son. I said, don't worry. I said, Mum's not going to have no bad times like that again. I said, because obviously I've got a lot of help now, like, you know, support workers and stuff, and obviously I take my medication. I said, but, I said, it's like, you know, it's around us all. And then obviously we were talking about my auntie who suffers with schizophrenic. It was just like a schizophrenic. And he was like, hey, that's a funny name. Sounds funny, that name. I said, well, I said, I was trying to explain. I said, it's a battle. I said, because obviously they see things, and I said, they hear things all the time. I said, and that's like sort of constant for them. I said, there's no cure for it. I said, and obviously they have medication to, like, to keep them at bay, I said, but they could have episodes all the time. I said, obviously it's like one of them. I said, and obviously sometimes what they say, I said, can tell him to do things in the voices. I said, they don't really get, I said, I don't think they ever get a break, to be honest, son. And he was like, right. And then obviously he was like, so, was it scary in the hospital, Mum? No, not really, son. I said, at first, yeah. I said, because obviously I was on my own and I was just walking around and I was trying every door because I was like, I need to get out. So I was just trying all the doors to try and get out. And we were talking, and he was like, so what was this food like? What was the food like? I said, it was all right. I said, I loved my jam and toast. That's all I ate, pretty much. And then I started eating tomatoes. And as we were talking, and he was like, so, was there really poorly people? I said, yes, son. I said, I had a friend. I said, I made a friend in there, Hugo. I said, he went, really? He said, so, was he a boy? And I went, oh, he was a boy. And I said, he was only 19. I said, Grandad thought, so I sent a message. I said, Grandad obviously thought highly of him. I said, because obviously Hugo used to come and sit and talk to me and Grandad. I said, well spoken. I said, well educated, and you know. And he was like, so, Mum, well, so if he was only, and he said, he's from the higher class, because obviously I was like, oh, he's from the higher class type thing. And he was like, so why, so what was so bad in his life? And I was like, and he was like, so does anyone? And I was like, yes, son. I said, it can, anyone. I said, it doesn't matter what type of life. I said, it could take one little thing to impact on someone. I said, like, we say we have traumas, and some sort of traumas never leave us. And he was like, right. And you know, the conversation we had was pretty intense, and I was like, you know, it's brought back memories, and like, he was like, such as the people, and I was like, oh, I said, if you want to see any of me vlogs, I'll show you. I'll only show you certain ones. And he went, I don't want to see anywhere you're crying or anything. I went, no. I said, I'll find a couple of funny ones for you, because like, you know, ones where I'm giggling and, you know, when I'm having a hyper. And you know, he went, hey, mum, he said, cheers, son. Hey, how skinny are you there, mum? You're dead skinny, aren't you? I was like, yes, and I was then. I said, but obviously, after a year and a half of medication, you know, and eating load because of my medication side effects and that, I said, yeah, I said, I've gained a lot of weight. But just the way he said, hey, mum, you're dead skinny there. And he went, he said, I'd subscribe to you, mum. Do you know, and I was like, oh, God love it. He said, have you got many subscribers? I went, no, son. I said, but I've had plenty of views. I said, and I hope I get it across. But, you know, and it's made me realise, you know, obviously there's the stigma, and, you know, and obviously my son's getting educated on mental health through me because of, obviously, of stuff what I've went through. And, do you know, it should be no, like, you know, even like a 15-minute talk, like, on different subjects, you know, on a morning or something. Oh, but just any, you know, and it's like, always talk. Don't ever hold anything in. And yeah, so I'm up for education in mental health in schools. You never know, might end up doing a talk one day in one of the schools. But you never know. Yeah, so today's been a better day, because obviously I've had that talk with the Ben and that. And there is hope for me yet. And like with the band, you know, and I was just like, you know, just how grown up he is. And I was just like, oh my God, my baby, you know, so grown up. And, you know, and he's got a heart of gold, you know, because he feels pain, you know. He's like an empath. You know, he feels everyone's pain, you know, and it does get to him and stuff. But, well, anyway, I'm gonna, because I'm getting thingy. But yeah, I'm gonna go, and obviously that was the first part of obviously trying to explain obviously my psychotic breakdown, psychosis, psychotic episode, whatever you want to call it, you know, whatever. You know, because I've been labelled shitloads after that, you know. I've had loads of different labels. But yeah, I'll get back to yous and when I can, and do the next part of that, the police cells, and obviously the conversation with the Ben and that. But obviously for now, I'm going to wrap it in here and speak to you all later. Bye for now.